Hello everyone and welcome to FPL Spartan. Today I'll be discussing my team for my first draft for fantasy football. So let's jump straight into it. First up is Ryan for 4.5 million. Last season he got 104 points with 11 bonus points. Plays for Brighton. They've got some good opening fixtures against Watford, West Ham and Southampton. I put him in because I'm relying on him to make some saves, not necessarily for the big point haul. Second up in defence now, we have got Trent for 7 million, quite big this season, especially with his opening fixtures against Norwich, Southampton and Arsenal. Now, he didn't play much last season compared to his other Liverpool teammates, but I expect him to play every game this season and bring back a lot of points. Outside of him, we have Laporte for Man City. He is 6.5. He got 177 points last season with 16 bonus points. His opening 3 games are West Ham, Tottenham and Bournemouth. I think he's a key player and he's also got aerial threat, so I think you need to get him into your team. Next up we've got Van Dijk, debatably the best centre-back in the world, definitely in the Premier League, 6.5 million, 208 points last season with 22 bonus points. He's got Norwich, Southampton and Arsenal again for his opening 3 fixtures, same as Trent. And he's got aerial threat. I believe he scored 4 goals last season. You've got to get him in and he'll be consistent for you. Now we've got Azpilicueta for 6 million. He's consistent every single season. He's got 158 points overall last season with 11 bonus points. The opening 3 games against Man United, Leicester and Norwich. And interestingly enough, my next pick, which will be Digne, or Dean some people call him, he's 6 million for Everton. He also got 158 points, the same as Azpilicueta for Chelsea, but he got 22 bonus points instead of Azpilicueta's 11. Everton opening games have got Crystal Palace, Watford and Aston Villa, so he's a pretty decent player to get in straight off, especially with his set pieces. And Everton have got great fixtures. In midfield we have Mo Salah. Now for me he's a key player and everyone needs to get him in your team. He's 12.5 million, 259 points last season with 18 bonus points. I believe he will take the penalties in front of Milner. He has Norwich, Southampton and Arsenal for his first 3 games. Get him in. Alongside of him we have Raheem Sterling. Again, 12 million, one of the higher priced premium midfielders, 235 points last season, 25 bonus points. Doesn't take set pieces, but I think he will win them. He's got West Ham, Tottenham and Bournemouth for his opening 3 fixtures, and Man City have got a great run of games. Next up we've got King, 6.5 million, he's a bit of a cheaper option. He is on penalties, and alongside Wilson I expect him to score big on his opening fixtures against the 2 promoted sides. He's got 141 points last season with 20 bonus points. He's opening against Sheffield United, Aston Villa and then Man City. Next up we have got Jamie Vardy for 9 million. He's quite expensive, but he backs it up with being consistent. Last season he got 174 points with 31 bonus points, which is more than Sterling, Salah and Aguero. His opening 3 games are Wolves, Chelsea and Sheffield United, so very nice, and he is on penalties. Don't be put off by some of his big game fixtures because he likes to score against the big boys in the top 4. Next up, Calvin Lewin, 6 million. He's definitely the cheapest striker and he might not always play, but last season he started to play quite a lot towards the end, so I expect him to start if Everton don't bring another striker in front of Tosin. He got 92 points last season with only 3 bonus points. His opening fixtures are Crystal Palace, Watford and Aston Villa, but we'll see what he can do. Hopefully he can get some support. This is my starting 11. I'll be playing the 5-2-3. For the first time I've ever done it on draft, but for the last 4 years of doing it I've never played 5 at the back. I don't think I've even played 4 at the back unless I've had to through injury. I'm going for this formation at the moment just because of last season with the defenders outscoring a lot of even the top strikers like Aubameyang and Aguero, especially with some of the defenders on set pieces too. Let's jump into the bench quickly. I'll show you who I've got and explain why. So first up is Button. He's only 4 million and he probably won't play in front of Ryan, but I've got him as a backup there in case Ryan doesn't play. Obviously he comes in for it. He got 15 points last season with 2 bonus points. Again, opening fixtures Watford, West Ham and Southampton. Our second bench pick is Dendoncker for Wolves at 4.5 million. He's a great cheap option. He got 48 points last season with only 1 bonus point. His opening 3 fixtures are Leicester, Man United and Burnley. He's a great little youthful player. He had a great second half to the season, so I expect big things from him. Next up, Stevens, again 4.5, 65 points last season with 4 bonus points. I'm pretty sure Steven plays most of the time. It just depends on who Brighton signs. He might drop to the bench. We'll have to see on that. Their opening games are Watford, West Ham and Southampton, which isn't too bad. And now brings us to our final pick in the subs bench, which is going to be Romeo for 4.5 million. He got 55 points last season with 3 bonus points. His opening 3 games are against Burnley, Liverpool and Brighton. He's a solid player. He plays 90 minutes most games. He's just there for backup in case one of my starting 11 don't surprisingly start. Now for my starting 11, the reason I've gone 5-2-3 in defence with the 5 at the back is because purely on the value and the price. So for the points to value ratio, it is pretty incredible. Compared to in midfield, you'll have the likes of Maddison, Perez, Ward-Prowse, Noble and so forth, which are good solid picks, but I feel like I'll get more points with 5 defenders there with clean sheets, assists and goals. Another big thing to think about this season is with the reasons why I've gone with King and Vardy is penalties are going to be huge with VAR. Not just that, the people actually being rewarded the penalties like your Sterlings and your Salahs, so keep that all in mind for the season ahead. I'm sure there'll be 10 more drafts after this one, so keep track of transfers and pre-season. If you like the video, like, comment and subscribe. Peace!